Okay, start. Yeah. Okay, to start with, we're going to make what I was telling you about, the soffritto, which what Italians call the thing that the French call mirepoix.
Mirepoix.
Mirepoix, yes. And you just start by finely, or sometimes I think for a bolognese I would coarsely chop them so that they'd be about that big as opposed to that big. But it really doesn't matter. Like, remember what I said about the Mexican saying?
Yeah.
There are no rules. There you go. And then here we go with the carrot now. Just be careful of your fingers with the carrot, because it's quite a tough thing to slice up. I often find putting your fingers in like that, so that if the knife catches anything, it catches your nails, is a good idea. And a good way to get your nails trimmed. Here we go. There. So I just want to separate them out a little bit, because very often, as I say, for something like a bolognese, we want to do the celery first and then add the carrots. So let's actually get that going. You want to come over here. Right. There we go. And we're just going to chuck in the celery and get that sizzling. And here's some I did earlier. So get the celery going. And I'll add the carrot to the rest of the carrot there. Come back round. And again, this is how I like to do the onions. And again, if you try and keep your fingers out the way by this bit is the core of the onion, you know, where the roots come out of. I believe that's full of flavour. But again, you might not want to chop it up because it is quite tough. There we go. And we slide over to here. We can hear that the celery's starting to cook. So we get a wooden spoon. Here we go. I've actually got a silicon, what is it? Silicon plasticky spoon.
I was calling them Teflon, but I don't think they're Teflon.
No, they're not. They're silicon based. Now, if I was going to make a bolognese, I would cook these quite hard until they lighten up.
Yeah.
You can see they're starting to change colour a little bit, but because we're making a thing with chicken and bacon, we're just going to add the carrots now, and then I'll add the onion in a bit. The reason why I'm putting the carrots in now to cook with the celery is to soften it. So we just let that soften. And it will take a little while, so we put the lid on for a bit. And we stick the video on pause. Yep. So we're back, and we've just had the carrots and the my poor brain doesn't work today. Celery. I think they call it sweating in the olive oil there. And you can see they've taken on a slightly different colour. I would say they go lighter, but actually the celery's gone a little darker. The carrots have gone a little lighter. So now I will add the onion.
Right, so celery first, then carrot, and finally onion.
Yes, but
Then the
I
colours change.
find a lot of Italian cooks put them all in at the same time, give them a bit of a fry up, and then carry on with the rest of the recipe. But I think this is the way I was told to do it. Celery first, onions, carrot second, and then onions afterwards. You just turn that heat up to, because we've cooled the oil down by putting the onion in.
Yes.
And we just need to soften them up a bit. Now, earlier, I soaked the bacon and I've taken off quite most of the fat, nearly all the fat. So we're going to dice that and put that in there. Okay, now, because we're going to have it with this spirali, we want small pieces about that size, really, of the bacon. So, just... And again, try and practice holding your things that you're cutting like that.
Yeah.
So that if you accidentally catch your fingers, you catch your nails.
Yeah.
Now I've seen professional chefs go and they actually use their fingers as a guide to help them move the knife down. We're not professionals, so we don't have to do that, and we're not making videos for, you know, public consumption and what have you. So, and there's just a little teeny bit of fat in there. I'm just going to take that one out, pop it there for a minute. Okay, so now we've cut slices through the bacon. We just slice it. So, that's a bit fatty, that bit, so we'll take that one out. Just going to go stir this as we turned up the heat, so it's sizzling away nicely there. And that is just our mirepoix or sofrito, cooking in olive oil. And into it, just going to add some bacon and stir it in. I'm going to chop the rest of the bacon up, so we can go and pause for a minute while I do that. Ready? Is it on? Oh, sorry. Right, while Peter's stirring, I'm just going to dice up the garlic. Again, no rules. You can make it as fine or as chunky as you like. And that's going to go in.
Show your face.
And that's just going to go in with the bacon. There we go. He's still filming. I should have said put it on pause because otherwise it'd be quite boring. I'm dicing up the chicken, so we want it, because it's going to go with spirali, so we want it to be able to kind of fit in with the spirals. I can put it on pause now. Okay, we've diced up the chicken, but this is the last piece, so I'm just going to go through the process. Thin little strips like this. As I said before, often you get it out the freezer, just let it defrost for a couple of hours so that it's not absolutely rock solid, but still frozen. Makes cutting up much easier. You can actually slice it really thinly as well, which is particularly good if you're making a stir fry, because you want it to cook really quick. I mean, you can let it thoroughly defrost before you do, but anyway, I've cut these into thin little strips there, and I've chucked a couple together, but because it's so defrosted, it isn't easy to do all of them at once, so couple together and making them into tiny little dice like that. Well, they're going to be varying in size because there are no rules. There. And what we've been doing, come around. We've been sauteing the bacon and the garlic and the sofrito or mirepoix together. This is the rest of the chicken. Now, we did it just now. I just want to do it in the video so you remember. If you need to stir it while you've got chicken juice or anything like that on your hands that you could think that might be a possible source of food poisoning or digestive discomfort in your food, and you need to stir, grab the ladle by the very bottom and stir that. Actually, better to wash your hands anyway, but grab it by the bottom, unlike Donald Trump. Carry on, Peter. Yeah, oh sorry. Okay, we've added the chicken to the sofrito with the bacon and the garlic. You just stir it so it's all broken up. In fact, Peter's been stirring it, but he's done a really good job. Now, when we added the chicken, just like when we added the onion, we had to turn the heat up again because we cooled everything down. You can now turn it right down, put the lid on, and it's going to cook, as we always used to say back in the day, cook in its own juices. Okay, pause. It's been simmering a little while. It hasn't quite sweated out all its juices, but now I'm going to add some of the Italian herbs.
Oh. That's it.
Yeah, Tesco Italian herbs. Did you catch how much I put in there?
Well, yes, it's...
Yes. Yeah. A good sprinkle. Okay. And then stir them in. And I'm just going to add a dash of white wine. Dash of white wine. And then heat back up again.
More of a glug really than a dash.
No, this is a glug. Right, all in. There we go. There's about half a glass of white wine, but you can add as much as you like. If you add a lot, consider thickening it with corn flour before you put the cream in, because white wine can be acidic and cause the cream to split. Okay, lid back on. You just want that to come up and boil off the alcohol. Pause. Grab yourself a wine, Peter.
Okay.
Okay, the water that we blanched the bacon in, because that's what you call it when you kind of bring things to the boil and take the salt out of bacon, or you just part cook something, it's called blanching. So if you spot that in a recipe or see it in a cookery program, you know exactly what it means. Now, I'm going to do all of this pasta. Normally I do this much for 4 people. It's half a kilo. But that's because I'm greedy. But any that's left can be there for tomorrow. Now, there's salt in that water because of the bacon. And we just keep gently stirring this so that it all gets a chance to bathe in the wine. And of course, once it comes up to the boil, once we've done all these things, like when we added the chicken and everything, we turn the heat back down again. So Sally wanted me to mention that. I think it's obvious, but right.
So how long are you going to cook the pasta for?
10 minutes, I believe. But you know what? It actually has it written on every pack how much to cook it for. 9 to 11 minutes. This one. So I'm gonna cook it for about 10. Just want it to be a little al dente. I stir it when it's coming up to the boil. It helps to stop it from sticking together. Some people will put olive oil in the water, or any oil in the water really, to help stop it from sticking. I'm not sure that really works. Where the olive oil would come in, or butter, or any other oil really, but I think the main ones would be olive oil or butter. So when the pasta's cooked, drained, and you add a bit of olive oil to stop it from sticking together while you finish off the sauce. Okay, that's just starting to simmer away.
Sorry, I'm drinking.
That's all right. I'll find yours in a minute. Is it on pause?
No, it's not.
Okay. The pasta's bubbling away. We're just going to check the taste of this for seasoning. And what I would normally have is a teaspoon to pour it into. So I'm just going to grab a teaspoon. Nobody wants anybody slobbering all over their food before they've even finished cooking it. So I promise you I don't have any bad bugs. No need to add salt, do you think?
That's lovely.
Do you want that?
Still recording.
I'd say that's just right.
Yeah. It is going to be softened down by the addition of the cream,
Good.
but I think that is totally ready.
Very nice.
At this point is when I add the pepper. And I'm generous with pepper. Stir it in.
Especially for Mum. I always put a lot of pepper in things for Mum because she likes it.
Yes. But Ben doesn't, so
Oh yeah.
we can add a bit more seasoning at the table. And I stir the pasta every now and then. It just helps it stop from sticking. This is ready now for the cream. We'll add the cream and then turn it off. It's about half of that pot.
300 mils. So
Yes. Well, half of a medium pot.
yeah.
There are no rules. You don't have to remember 300 mils. Stir it in. Bring the heat back up. And we just want it to come back up to the boil, or to boiling point. Which it is now, so we then turn it right off. Put the lid on to keep the heat in. Four more minutes, we'll check the pasta because that'll be 9 minutes, and they say 9 to 11 minutes on there.
I'll go and lay the table.
Okay. Right, it's all cooked. We've
So,
just strained the pasta.
We'll have ours first and then I'll take some to your mother afterwards.
Yes. That's it. We'll just put pasta in bowls or plates and add some of that. There'll be plenty left over for
I'm sure they will.
dinner tomorrow, or not dinner tomorrow because we're having a roast tomorrow.
Yes.
We'll plenty left over. We'll freeze it and you can defrost it for a lunch or whatever.
Lovely, yeah.
Yes. Okay, that's yours. I remember now.
Yes. You better top yours up.